He's been in the industry for decades, but most people know him for his productions and not him because he's not an actor. The son of the late student union leader and activist, please sit back and meet up close and personal Kolade Segun OkeOwo. I really want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy. In fact, you've just come out of a shooting schedule. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, with all that's been going on over the years, where exactly was the starting point of this film-making business?
Well, it actually started in Ile-Ife. Prior to that, I've been involved in skeletal drama. While I was in my 400 level, I joined a drama troupe while I was on campus at Segun State University, now Obafemi Awolowo University. During my youth service, I was part of the NYC drama troupe. Unfortunately, that drama troupe was more of an argumentative and debate society. We did more of argument and debate than real drama. But when I got to the campus of Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, I was in Ife for my master's. I studied international relations at Ile-Ife. I became a Christian. I wasn't a Christian before I got into campus for my master's. I became a Christian. I got converted during a program held at the sports center by Pastor Adeboye, and I gave my life to Jesus. I became a born-again Christian. Thereafter, I became passionate. I wanted to cover the lost ground, so to say. As an undergraduate, I wasn't part of anything Christian. I was more in the kegites. I was more in the, drinking spray and all kinds of things. So when I became a Christian, I wanted to cover the grounds that I thought I had lost. So I began to look for how can I get involved in the work of God. So I became massively involved in evangelical works, mission works, and what have you. Somehow I got in touch with a film. I was in the Oduduwa Hall, the Oduduwa Hall in Ile-Ife. A film was shown, and I went to watch the film. The film was called Lost Forever. That was the title of the film. And I watched the film. And after watching the film, I saw people weeping. I saw people trooping out for altar call to give their life to Jesus. Somebody came and did an altar call as usual after a preaching. But this was not a preaching, it was a film show. And I saw people crying. And I saw people weeping. People were giving their life to Jesus. So that agreed with my passion. So there was a kind of 2 plus 2. Here am I, a dramatist, newly converted Christian, looking for ways to minister the word of God, and suddenly getting in touch with a movie that brought people to their knees, that brought people to tears. Something clicked in me that now this is what you are looking for.
Now, let's take the spotlight just a bit for a moment away from you and talk in general about the country, the insecurity, the economy, but most important, the morals, which some people will push to the churches, the mosques, and other places to preach morals. How do you think film as a tool can help in building and developing solving all these issues that we have in the country at the moment?
Thank you very much. If there's any other mode of communication better than drama, show me. I've not seen any. Because what drama does is that it attracts both the sight and the power of hearing, such that people tend to remember what they have watched more than what they have, what they've listened to. Now, violence is a function of what people have seen. And the problem that we have in our society, basically, or let me say mostly, has come from what people have watched. We are living in a generation where people are watching all kinds of videos. As a Christian movie maker, okay, I preach gospel, I preach Jesus, but more importantly, morals. This is the way to do it. This is not the way to do it. And I've seen a lot of people who have watched our movies and they have confessed that this is what they allow their children to watch. That they don't want their children to watch any other thing apart from what we are preaching. Because they feel comfortable to leave their children to watch. They feel comfortable to, Census Board will put 18 as a mark of censoring, that this movie is not meant for children under the age of 18. But between you and I, children of under 18, who stops them from watching violent movies that have sexual content? Who stops them? Where are the parents who will stop them from watching such movies? And think about it. The youth of today are not even watching television. They don't even care about television again. What do they watch? They would rather go on their tablets. So who is going to censor the internet for them? Nobody. There's no censors but to censor the internet. So the onus lies on the censorship of our hearts.
Now, let's just take a moment and go back to you and bring the spotlight back to you and say, your latest project, tell us about that.
Yeah, my latest project is a television series. It's called House on the Rock.
Tomato. Good afternoon. You, Toyin, you go and get Mr. Juwon for me. Okay, that biology teacher, so that we can talk about those two subjects that you say you have a problem with. Okay. Biology and mathematics. Yes. Now get those two teachers for me and be very fast and come back here and so that we can talk about this issue now.
Just came back from locations about 3 days ago. Actually, it's a TV series that started way back in 2010, but we just finished shooting the new episodes. So that those new episodes will take over about 2 quarters on television. House on the Rock is a family TV series that portrays marriage, that teaches marriage and what is expected. Unfortunately, many young people run into marriage without knowing what marriage is all about. So one of our own contributions to society, to marriage, to ensuring good marriages is House on the Rock.
Let's swing back to the industry just for a moment and say, you've been there. You know where we are. And I want you to be a prophet and say, look into the future and say, in the next 10 years, where would we be?
In the next couple of years, there will be a rise. There's a new generation of movie makers because making movies is becoming easier and easier. But there's still, the fact that whatever is your content must be good enough to attract the king, which is the audience. So that is what I see. And more, the audience will become more and more kingly, if I may use that language. So that's what I see.
I really want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to have this conversation with us.
Thank you.